It's been peaceful here in the 5 worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age. We now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Ganok character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork is a simple creature.
Simple?
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom.
No threat?
Besides, he is ugly.
Ugly? That does it!
Just what a great,
Looks like I've got
you
some
know,
things to do.
villain origin story. You get called ugly once. Freeze an entire race. Go. Welcome in.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
It is a real good game. And we're gonna try to not fly at all. But I already know you can't. So just as little as possible. Yeah, that's fair. I appreciate it still. I think it's right now. Do you not run for it? There we go. Oh yeah, just no gliding. Well, there's gonna be a little bit. I don't have a counter that's visible. But I do have a way to keep track at least.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing?
His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye
But
on him.
we're pretty much
See
gonna
what I
count
mean?
like everything from flying levels to the little whirly bits, whirlwinds or whatever you want to call them. Unfortunately, the only way to really do flightless is with a major glitch that is only on the Switch, which I don't have. Well, I don't have it on the Switch. I do have a Switch. I'm actually trying to remember if For the first game, you have to more than once. I know you do once you get to, is it Magic Crafters? Oh, welcome in.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escaped those annoying little creatures. Of course they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Their metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
Oh, that's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. I've played this way too many times. Ripto's Reach, actually, is probably the first I've ever played, as far as any game. Spent like probably a month playing through all three though, and I just really want to do this. Even though you can't do pure glide like this, and I'm a little obsessed with low percent. One second. Okay. Oh. I'm a little surprised that there is no snow here. Like, I am very far north.
Spyro, wanna know a secret? Use the action button when you want to zoom in and look around.
Oh, your secret's safe with me.
So I will be collecting, like, everything I can, but I know I don't have to. I just remember what I don't need to. And this is just the, like, easier. Especially this game has multiple levels we just can't do at all.
Cool flash. Do that again.
The artisan's boss is through a portal behind me. You can challenge him now, if you feel you are ready.
Or we can do, we just really don't want to. Also, to be clear, loading screens don't count. Oh my god. I hate the dogs, like, so much. Yeah, they're low-key probably the hardest enemies in the entire game. We're just gonna skip those. Oh my god.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. Toasty has many tricks up his sleeve.
Does he though? Okay. Maybe I should have added a deft counter. Does anyone actually know if Toasty has any attacks of his own? Like, does he have any attacks? He just dies far too quickly. Oh, maybe they did? And it's like a lot got changed. See, the problem with the Rams, they can get me, like, to the upper, like, area, but I have no idea how to proxy. And because I don't know how to proxy, I'm just going to not do that.
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya!
I should correct myself. I do know how to proxy, I just am bad at it. So I'm not going to.
you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
That said, because I'm not doing proxies, there's also a boss later on that will also not be done. Yeah, they do get annoying. Like, honestly. I don't 100% remember if I can keep the key to actually do this part, or if I'm actually done here. So we're gonna check that. The problem is we can't go up here. But I think if you die with the key, you might keep it. And if not, then we can't get the treasure at the bottom of the stage. Okay, we do. That's nice.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
Okay. And then we can't whirlwind, so we're just gonna exit the level. Okay. Oh, welcome in.
Hey, Spyro! Press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Yeah, we're not doing that. See? He just gives us all the reason we need to not glide. If we do, we just die, right? Okay. And I think that is everything. Because we can't go up there. you might be able to get this chest. Maybe. Anything spy related? What do you mean? Okay, Sparks, just don't grab the gem. It's fine. It's fine. We are playing Spyro, yes.
Wow! I see you've been busy rescuing dragons, Spyro.
Spyro Fedoras.
You may travel to the Peacekeeper's
I
world if
have
you
never
like.
heard of Spyro Fedoras.
Are you ready to go?
Welcome to Peacekeepers. Look how our treasure has been stolen and turned against us. Please, recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
Yeah, that's the only fedora I know of. Sorry. Okay. I want to say this is probably the first level that has some fun movement going on. Oh, but also if people end up enjoying this playthrough, I may end up routing it to see just how fast I can do this run without collecting every single thing.
What? Huh? Oh. Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
Okay. Is it here? Trying to remember. There we go. Ah, yes, there. This is exactly where I think we are.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known...
I forget.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of weird collision in this game, and this is going to be the first instance of it. As long as I don't actually miss, anyway. Was there a particular one I needed? I don't believe so. There we go. Because you can just stand on pretty much every spike in this level. That's not where we want to be. I guess first we can probably do that, huh? And immediately miss. But it's very much makeable at least, so it's okay. Come on. There we go. And don't jump down there yet. Because we still need these. Okay. Okay, we're gonna not count that. That was just a misinput. I don't know how long I've been muted. I'm sorry. Having a bit of coughing, so I've been muting for that, and for some reason my button is double pressing for that. They're probably gone already, but I did wish them a good night if I was muted before that. So, sorry for that. But I was just saying that the collision movement, while it's interesting to me, I don't think it's necessarily the most interesting thing to watch, and I'd rather get to something like Beastmasters, where it is a lot more interesting visually. But I can come back for those gems if somehow I need the, like, 3, I think it was.
Make sure to keep him strong by
I kind of doubt it, though.
Butterfly.
I know there's a few weird things here, too. Not that, but... Is it this cannon? I can never remember, like, which cannon goes to which chest. Or if this one just does both. Does it do both? It does do both, okay, never mind. Okay, then I think we do get up to there, but not from here. Or no, we do. The stupid rock. Unfortunately, this is a flight level, so we're not going in.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
I know this level is just a straight circle, but it really does feel like one of the most confusing of the homeworlds somehow. We're doing good. I don't know if it's like allergens or what, but I have like a bit of a cough going on, but that's about it. Yeah, I honestly have seen very little Spyro gameplay from other people. What little I have seen is definitely fun. It does tend to be other challenge runs like this, or like speed runs of the game, but it's just one of those games that's incredibly just like a fun game to play, but it gets so repetitive you kind of do need to find some way to increase the challenge just a bit. Oh yeah, PlayStation 1 Spyro was, it honestly just straight up changed the landscape of gaming. Like, for one thing, the team was only like 9 people for the first 2 or 3 games. And when they were making the games, you didn't have, like, culling like you do now for entities, outside of just what was and was not visible. So, actually, this level in particular is a really good example on that. They wanted to make sure that you could see everything in the game, so they were actually the ones that pretty much invented the method by which we use now, where the further things go away from the screen, the lower detail that you have, so that it takes less processing power. It was on the PlayStation 1.
How's a dragon supposed to
GameCube
flame
was
metal armor
quite
anyway?
a bit after,
Remember, Spyro,
because
flame won't work on
this
metal,
game
but
came
charge
out
it
in
with your horns?
'95.
That should do the trick.
Or, well, not this version of it, but the original version. Yeah, exactly. And it was one of the things that really made it stand out, because you could see everything at all times, which was largely unheard of. Like, I mean, you see games like Silent Hill where, while it did work with its aesthetics, you could see so little of the screen because they just had to fog cull everything because they just put too much detail into the game. Probably my favorite thing they did, though, was all the gems had this little glimmer that would sparkle at all times. So, regardless of how far away treasure was, even if it was unloaded, the HUD would actually have a little spark that shows you that there is treasure off in the distance that you need to go get. And that's just a lot of fun to me. Yeah, I don't think I've actually played the Silent Hill games, but I've seen so much of them that I may as well have. But you really can see just about nothing in them, yeah. Yeah, I could see them being spooky. Honestly, the only thing I know about the games really is the little dog ending, so... Not sure quite how much, like, my perception of if they're scary is. Oh, that's really sad. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're... I'm trying to remember, like, I know I've had spooky games, but I don't recall offhand quite what they were. I remember, is it Resident Evil 3, maybe? Whichever one has Nemesis. Like, that one wasn't necessarily scary, but that was, like, just constant high alert and unnerving. Yeah, I definitely think, like, psychological horror is one of the few ways that games can really bother you once you're an adult, as far as that goes. Like, they just don't really hit the same. But, me side, Yumaniki, I think, and, there's another one. It has a really weird history because it's theoretically inspired by Yumaniki, but its developer kind of just disappeared. Unrelated to the making of the game, but they just, like, kind of vanished and wanted the game to vanish with them. And the community just really did not let that happen. Yeah, I don't remember, Al-Oni. That doesn't sound quite right. What was it? Oh, welcome in, Amy, and all of your raiders. So we're playing through Spyro, and we're trying to glide as little as possible to clear it, but I didn't do any routing, so we're kind of just also maximizing the clear percentage that we can. But I'm a tiramisu VTuber, and my stream is very scuffed right now because my artist is very sick, so she can't actually fix my model, and it is not agreeing with my software that I usually use. So my model is extremely stiff right now. I don't have access to any of my emotes or anything like that. And I really need them to be back around so she can re-export the model on a more recent version of Blender. Hopefully that would fix it. Yeah, I hope they do too. She's pretty prone to getting sick, honestly, but I really appreciate her work.
Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
I don't know if I have much of it posted on socials anywhere, but they actually also work with me on like game development. So the game jam that I did a few months ago actually also uses her models and texturing and almost everything that makes it pretty other than the UI.
Spyro, some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor, and in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
Sorry, I didn't even ask, Amy, what game were you playing? Oh. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. I don't know if I've heard of that. What is that about? But yeah, I've probably watched like a good couple thousand hours of game dev, like streams and just like design principles and that sort of thing, and have been actively, well, I can't, not entirely actively, but on and off doing game dev for the last 5 or 6 years now. It's a VN in the Zero Escape franchise. That does sound really fun. Like, I very much enjoy puzzle games. I have not played very many visual novels, though. Like, if I'm being honest as far as that. It's not really for a lack of interest in them, I just have never, it's very rare that I go and find new games that I actually also go through with buying, honestly.
Thank you for releasing me.
But I'm hoping that doing streaming will encourage me to buy more games, because I kind of need them to stream. Oh, I don't actually know how to do shoutouts on Twitch. Like, as far as the actual function goes. It's in... oh, okay. Second then. Oh, I can probably just use the OBS chat, huh? Let's try that. There we go. right anyway. Yeah, there we go. Oh wow, that is pretty old. Yeah, of course. Sorry for not doing so sooner. Again, I honestly just had no idea how to do so. It does weirdly sound like it would be a DS title, yeah. Hopefully it's not as bad as... Oh boy. There is a particular puzzle game that is kind of infamous. It was... Oh... Why am I even mentioning it when I don't remember its name? But it takes place on, like, this island, and there's a point where there's a puzzle in it that you have to pretty much go back and forth like a good, like, 5 or 10 minute, like, sprint to teleport it, like, the area to another planet, and then rotate it. But you have to rotate it blindly because it's not even visibly in the spot that it needs to go. And it's just kind of awful. Oh yeah, I can't glide. I probably should have, I could have definitely charge jumped there. I am distracting myself with my rambling. That's definitely what's going on here. It is surprisingly bad, yes. It's unfortunate because the game is otherwise really good as puzzle games go, but then you remember that that section exists and you just choose to never actually touch it. Is the thing with it. It was part of a really popular series too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was the second or third Myst game, I think. Oh no, it's not even 10 or 15 minutes to complete the puzzle. It's 10 or 15 minutes to find out if you completed the puzzle. So every time you have to correct it, it's that much time again. And you actually have to solve it twice. So even if you solve it perfectly twice, then it's still like a 20-minute time sink just to do this like one puzzle segment. But because you're doing it blind, it's very likely it's going to be a lot more than that. Actually, I can just look up the name of this game, huh? I don't think it was Riven. Which one was it? It might have been Myst 3. Yeah, it's kind of dreadful, honestly. Like, it's one of those games that's just kind of funny because it ends up being really memorable, but for all the wrong reasons. No, I have not done Shemp yet. We're at another level that we're gonna do all of like 30 seconds of, and then leave. Because without a proxy, I cannot actually get to the boss. And this is probably the hardest proxy in the game to even like attempt. And it's just really annoying. Like, you see these guys, you're able to get them to hit you against the walls, and that's kind of how you proxy is you'll go into their collision and then get thrown upwards, but it's such a precise thing that it's just a really hard trick with them in particular, because they do the stash and then they don't come back, they just fall off the cliff if you miss them, which also makes you lose their gem and all that, so it's just really not worth even trying unless you know what you're doing with it. Actually, I think the only actual glitch I intend to do during this entire run was at the very beginning with the collision in the first homeworld. We did miss one. That's fine. There's so many gems we aren't getting here anyway that I don't think I'm gonna really miss the one from them. But you would proxy up to here off them, and actually I don't think you get to the boss arena itself, but there is more treasure up there at least. Again, it's just not in the scope of what I'm willing to do right now. Partially because I don't think we need it, and also it's just more annoying than it's worth. So, with Shemp done, we are gonna be going on to the next world, I believe.
I can't believe how fast you found so much stolen treasure. Hop aboard for the Magic Crafter's world if you're ready.
Uh-huh. Do I have the names wrong? Because I think Magic Crafter... Because I thought Magic Crafters was the last world before Nasty Nork. And that Beastmasters was the third. Oh, no, I'm thinking of, Dreamweavers. Oh, it's 5 AM. Yeah, you should really definitely do that. It was nice meeting you too, and, have a good day at work. Yeah, I had to get up at 5 AM, so I can't even imagine having to stay up until it. Or choosing to, anyway.
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
Oh, yeah, it was, the, Ludum Dare. I don't know if you know anything about game jams or not, but it's one of the largest ones that's done every year. I think there's 2 a year, maybe, actually. The theme was... I can't remember the exact words for it, but it was like small things, essentially. So what we ended up doing was... it was mini golf, but you were cleaning up the balls around the course as a little scarab beetle that would shoot the balls into, like, the holes. Unfortunately, we did not finish, though, because I also was using an engine I've never used before, so it just went really slowly, or at least slower than we'd like it to have.
When you see arrows like these, you can charge along with them to begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent!
Go ahead, try it.
Oh, that's a very small game. That almost sounds reminiscent of making something for, like, Pico 8 or something.
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly. I remember when I was a young
Which,
dragon.
if you don't know, the Pico's really interesting in that, its games are actually saved as, like, photos, essentially. I don't remember if it's PNGs or not, but it is a rather interesting way of, like, saving data, for sure. But, I'll probably be ending the stream in a second here. Like, it's a bit late for me, and I'm still kind of getting over being sick, like I mentioned. So I'll probably be wrapping up very soon. That's very small for an FPS, but I guess that would help you save a lot of data by just not needing a lot of graphics for the player model.
Thank you, Spyro, for hop aboard for. Would you like to go?
Oh, that's good to know. We can already do Peacemakers. Alright, but yeah, I will, and I hope everyone else does too. Thank you all very much for coming out, though. Like, it's definitely nice to have a library stream. We're also going to ignore that glide, but yeah, I hope everyone has a good night, and I'm hoping to pick this up, if not the same time tomorrow, fairly close. It might, like, we'll see, if not maybe closer to 6 than 8, but I'm hoping 6 anyway. It kind of ended up being later because I had a lot of errands to do today. But if things go how they were today, I would think we can, if not start Spyro 2, we should at least be able to wrap up the first Spyro for this. It's Pacific time, like, so West Coast US. I don't remember if it's -8 or -11 for GMT. Yeah, okay. If that makes sense, then I'm probably remembering -8 because of East Coast. Oh, is it? Okay. I'm not sure where -11 would be, but I guess it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, so it's -8. Which, for US at least, doesn't matter that much. Chances are, especially if it's 6, most people are awake around that time, I would think. Yeah. Honestly, I keep track of far too many time zones, I think, so it's kind of what happens when you have people, you know, on the West Coast, East Coast, Central, and, like, I don't know, Australia and Europe. But, like I said, I will be getting some rest, and we can pick up on Magic Keepers tomorrow. And until then, sweet dreams, everyone.